Another day, another win in the Conference League. Fantastic by Chelsea. Showed up, played our game, didn't really need to get out of second gear. Let's go. All right, everyone, welcome back to the American Blues Podcast. Let's talk about Panathinaikos versus Chelsea. We won 4-1. Could have easily been like 5, 6, 7-0. Silly goal to give away, but overall, team honestly did not need to get out of first or second gear. So let's talk about the game real quick. Starting lineup, a little bit of a surprise. I thought Cucurella starting on left back was a big surprise. I thought maybe we were going to save his legs for Newcastle. Maybe start Tosin in the back, start Vega on the left, Badiashile in the middle, and then Disasi on the right. But that's not how it turned out. Cucurella started, and honestly, he was the man of the match for me. He was unbelievable everywhere. He was nearly playing every position on the pitch. Just an unbelievable player. I'm so glad to see the real Cucurella for the past basically almost year now. But let's go through the goals real quick. First goal, I think what an incredible little dink header by João Felix to Mudryk. And Mudryk made a great run, saw Felix make the run. Great pass through three defenders, perfectly weighted pass, precision. Felix also calm, really good finish because that ball was coming out with speed and hit it to the far corner. Great finish, 1-0. Second goal, Neto, who honestly had a very quiet game, had one or two good runs to the byline on the right. And on this one, he finally was able to hit one of his trademark great crosses across the box. And Mudryk, credit to him, right position, right timing, a little bit of a scuff header, but does not matter. Still made it in. Great on him. And then third goal, João Felix again starting the play as the number 10, hitting that to Neto, hit his cross back to Mudryk. It kind of got lost, and Mudryk got the ball back, hit it back to João Felix, who great shot, deflected, goalie had no chance. I think that still goes down as another assist for Mudryk. So that's 2 assists, 1 goal for him, 2 goals for João Felix. Fantastic by both players. Really, really good. And this is exactly what they needed from this game. And then, of course, fourth goal, easy. João Felix again, handball by defender. Nkunku, great finish. That's 8 goals for him this season already. That's nothing to scuff at. Yeah, overall, great performance. And honestly, after that, the team was just let's just go back home. We're going to play as slow as we can. Yeah, there were moments where, you can tell we are extremely confident when Disasi is the one making runs in the box, taking shots, and then smiling afterwards. And then you had Mudryk taking little first-time cheeky passes that actually ended up well. Yeah, Cucurella absolutely everywhere again. And even at the end, you had João Felix, who clearly looked pretty tired and he was ready for the game to be over. He just turned the ball over and just didn't really even care. I didn't really like seeing that, but still, that was just kind of how the state of the game went. It was just we were that comfortable. Overall, big shout outs to honestly the entire team. I thought everybody played extremely well, except for Neto, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. Let's just focus on the positives for now. The team in the first half, for I would say first 30 minutes, we just weren't really there. I thought most of the team was back in London. Panathinaikos actually showed that they could play. They were putting some good, passings together, good build up. Our press was just not on point. People were just kind of pressing all over the place. And then I guess we decided, hey, there's a real game going on. We need to pick it up. And once we picked it up, there was just no looking back. We absolutely dominated the game after that first goal. And if not for just, bad defending and losing concentration for that one goal that we gave away, I really thought we deserved the clean sheet. I thought Jorgensen played really well. He made a huge save in the first minute of the game. The game would have been completely different if we had given up that first goal. I think a lot of these team players probably would have gotten nervous. And who knows what would have happened, but huge save. That's what we need from a goalie. And yeah, after that, he just didn't really put a foot wrong. And again, huge shout out for Mudryk. Man, I've been so harsh on him for a very long time now. There were moments in this game where he just was not very effective. He just wasn't on the ball. He wasn't getting passes. But you know what counts is when it mattered, when we needed him to make the run, when he needed him to make the pass, shot, he did it. He was in the right position at the right time, making right passes. That's honestly all we can ask from him. He doesn't need to be the center of every play every single time. I don't think he's ever going to be that kind of player. But when it's his turn, he has to take his chance. And man, he takes his chance today. And I think it's fantastic. It gives a solid option to Sancho and to Neto in the Premier League games. And that's always good. Like, competition is good. And we need to be able to push that first team as much as possible. Everybody needs to be at 100% knowing that there's someone behind them that is just willing to take a chance. And that's how we get the best out of everybody. Another big shout out to João Felix. Obviously one of the most gifted technical players on the pitch today, and he was fantastic. Great touches, great looks. He had several really good long passes to the front. And he took his shots too and took his chances. So great on him. 2 great goals. Yeah, no complaints. And then probably my man of the match is Cucurella. Man, I kind of want to see his heat map for this game because he was absolutely everywhere. I think he was probably like least in the left back. He was basically another midfielder. A lot of times he was the furthest forward, even beyond KDH and Enzo. Yeah, and he was just in everything. He was helping out in defense. He was helping out in build up. Towards the end of the game where he just basically got freedom to run wherever, he was the one that was breaking, starting counters, moving the ball up the field, just an endless amount of energy on this guy. And my only worry is I really didn't want to see him injured playing 90 minutes. And thank God, I cannot wait to see him against Newcastle. I think he is just an absolute gem of a player on this team right now. And we are completely different when we have him on the field. Another big shout out is, surprisingly, Badiashile over the last couple of games has looked really solid, strong in the air. His long range passing, his line breaking passing is not up to par with Colwell, but to be honest, like, not that many defenders are. But I thought he's doing a fantastic job, and credit goes to Maresca for getting, you can see a clear improvement in these players that have dropped off a cliff in the last season. And that's all down to managing. They look like they know what they're doing. He's looking up all the time. He's looking to make those long passes. Sure, if a few don't make it, who cares? He keeps trying. And the ones that do, they're awesome, and they help break the press and take a lot of pressure off the midfield. And that's one of the easiest ways that we're able to move the ball up the field. So great on Badiashile. And even Disasi looked confident today. He was strong. Yes, he did have a silly challenge at the end for a yellow, but honestly, the game was pretty much done at that point. And to me, it was taking the one for the team, just so they didn't score again. And of course, Vega, again, beast. What a beast of a player. So strong, so quick. Even his long range passing looked better today than in other games. Yeah, he's just, what a solid option, either to play in defensive midfield, left-sided and center mid, left back. He can play so many positions in that bottom left part of the pitch. Yeah, and I think he's only going to get better and better. And I actually like seeing someone like him on our set pieces too. I think he adds a lot to our set piece defending just from his overall like power and strength and height. And those things you just can't really replace. And of course, second half, after we were up 3-4-0, game was essentially done. So good to see Tyreek, George, Casadei, Guiu, Carney Chukwuemeka, all these players that desperately need time. And unfortunately, for a lot of them, especially for Carney and for Guiu, there just aren't enough minutes to go around. It's nothing on them. It's just there are players ahead of them who might be better, or they just might be performing well. So there's no reason for them to get less minutes, just for these players to get more. But I thought Tyreek George, you can clearly see the talent. He reminds me a lot of Saka, actually, not just in terms of like build, but in terms of how he can run. He can go on both feet. He can cross. He can shoot. What I was really impressed with is just for being 17, he's got a shot on him. Like every shot he took, he put the foot through the ball. Like I think for anyone that's interested in goal scoring, like shot taking ability and like the power that you hit the ball with and the precision, that's hard. That's a mark of a good goal scorer. So I can see the talent. It's there. Of course, he's only 17. super young, really raw. But I felt like he made several really good runs. And on a different day, if he was just a little bit luckier, he might have had better looks at goal. He might have even gotten an assist, especially with João Felix missing that chance at the end of the game. So what a great debut for him. Yeah, do I think he deserves more minutes? I think he's getting exactly what he needs, which is just to come on in no pressure situations, do his thing, gain some confidence, realize what it means to play for the first team, and that'll just motivate him to continue training and continue working hard. And eventually, when he's older, he'll get his chance. Yeah, I'm loving what I'm seeing and can't wait to see more. So overall, I mean, I had absolutely no doubt we were going to win this game. I was not nervous at all. And it's a good sign because Panathinaikos is actually one of the better teams in this whole league. And we absolutely wiped the floor with them. So, like I said in the beginning, we have to win this competition. Like, it would be a tremendous embarrassment if we don't win the Conference League. But you know what? I think a win will go a long ways for all these players. We are desperate for this team to win anything, and any reinforcement of their hard work to show progress, I think that is only a good thing. So I want the team to continue taking this competition seriously. It's next one up. We have Noah. Never heard of this team. Took me a while to even find their like actual club logo. Crazy, but yeah. Next game up. Newcastle, huge game of the weekend. We obviously need to get back to winning ways, especially in the league, especially at home, where I think we only have one win so far this season and some ties, and of course the losses to City. Big game ahead. I think it was great for a lot of the first team to get a rest. I think it's great for this B team to show that, hey, if anyone on that first team is having an off day, we have great backup players who are willing to step up. So can't wait for the next one. See you guys after the Newcastle game. Peace.